Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks again for checking back in. We are on day 2 of the GC3. We did an initial setup, install, and download of FSX Play. We set up the GC3. We did an initial review. We had a couple issues with the alignment. We kind of figured out why. We were too far or too close to the hitting area. Which is why it kept jumping around. So if you can kind of see down here, we've marked out that hitting area. It needs to be about 2 feet from your hitting mat. I'm about 20 inches when I measured from the front. So today I just wanted to go through, we'll play around, we'll go get it started, set up, and just see how quick, fast, and easy this is. So let's go ahead and jump right on in here. So we've got the GC3. Everything's turned off here, so we just go ahead and quickly click the power button. It starts right on up. It does take, about a minute to connect, but I'm just going to go ahead and set it down here. Again, we've got the alignment stick, so as long as it's close, we're good. Basically, that's just for distance-wise. So it is booting up here. I have not installed all of the courses that we have yet. So we do have Tenton Pines on here. So that's the course that we're going to be playing. So this will be a first time for that. So we'll see how it goes. This will be the first time playing in FSX 2020. So we'll see how that is. But we'll just get a quick rundown. All right, so it's already started on up. So basically after that's done, you just kind of take your alignment stick. It's in 3 pieces. So, my GC3 is more forward on my hitting mat, so I like to line this up kind of in the middle of my mat, but it doesn't really work because that only puts this front part of the alignment stick on the GC3. You really have to have this center piece centered up with the GC3 for it to pick it up. And all you really do is kind of just go ahead and set it down here. And, well, that's a little off. That kind of picks it up. You can kind of walk back, make sure everything looks good. It's still a little bit off on my end. Once that's lined up, you're good to go. Go ahead and pick it right on up, and you are all aligned. So again, we're going to start with Tenton Pines here. Conditions, we're just going to use, the local barometer, so all the clubs and distances are similar here to what I currently have. Rules, it'll click there. I'm going to do unlimited mulligans. I probably will be taking mulligans here just to kind of play around with it and test things out. I've got our gimme set to 6 feet. Putting, I think, I don't have anything selected here, so we should be just standard. I do have live penalty enabled. Pin placement, again, I made it easy. It's the first time we're playing. And unlimited strokes, just so we can kind of play it out, see what it goes. And then we're just going to be doing some stroke play. And then you go to players. That's me. So let's go ahead and start this on up. I have no idea how long this loading takes. This was one concern we had. We do have a 2060 or 2080 Ti graphics card up there, which is definitely below what they recommended. I've messed around a little bit on the driving range. Didn't seem to have any issues there, but that's going to be a lot different than an actual course. So we'll see kind of how this works out here. The computer hasn't froze. The mouse is still moving. It's probably kind of hard for you to see if I move it over the loading area or logo. I'll let this run, but oh, there we go. Okay. So not terrible, just pretty much about the same time it takes for GS Pro. You know what? One thing I do want to turn on here is, we do have a demo for club data. This is just ball enabled right now, but we'll turn it on. Oh, wait, see if it's something that we're going to pull the trigger on. We're getting an error up here. Oh, available devices. All right, let's go ahead and connect it up. Okay, there we're good. We're going to start with the driver, which club selection is not required. It's going to pick all that information up. Let's see, we just need to get about 243 out here. And let me see. So camera angle, all that starts up here. Is there a way to... that's a bird's eye. Okay, I guess there's no way to run out there and see where your ball's at. So we're just gonna hit it about 230 out there. We'll just get it out here and play. Let me go ahead and get this thing plugged in. Did just move it a hair, so let's just reset this down. And that looks pretty good. Make sure we're good to go here. Okay. Nice shot there. I got rid of club. Let's go ahead and throw that back on there. There we go. All right, so we are 154 out. 149 at the front. Let's go ahead and hit a 9 here. Oh, I pushed it. All right. So I don't think there is a way to zoom in. If you do know how to zoom in or kind of just jump up and look at the pin and kind of move around, let me know in the comments below. I'll see if I can find something online. If I do, I'll go ahead and just put it in the description below. But as of right now, I don't really know. I believe the only way to move this to kind of aim is all right, so we've got 12 yards. Let's just bump and run it up there. Gameplay's a little different than GS Pro. Maybe it's the Sky Track. That jumped up off there a lot more than what I thought, but that's okay. Let's see if we can get inside 6 feet. I don't think it's worth taking a mulligan on that. I'll have to figure out how to do that anyways. All right, 20 feet. This will be the first putt on this, so. Okay, not bad. Huh, looks like a terrible putt. You know what, I'm gonna put a sticker on this putter. I guess I don't have one, so maybe my putter face is white, that's why it's picking it up. Let me throw a sticker on here. I didn't even think about that. So it does come with a pack of, what is this, 48. It's a weird number, but yeah, 48 club markers, just to try them out. They do sell more of them. Probably end up having to pick up more for when friends come over. All right, let's see what we got here. Now, I know on the Sky Track, I was fading things a lot. Been working on that, trying to get that drawback. Doing a lot of that on the range. So, just because it's a draw in here and I was fading on the Sky Track doesn't mean that it's reading it differently. It's just something I've been working on. That's what happens when you're working on a drive, going live. It's all right. Out to in still. Makes it even worse. Caught that super Healy. Okay, what do we got here? There's par 5, 257. Got this giant tree in my way. Can I just get it out here? Will that give me a 190 in? I'll just get it out of here. 60 yards. See how it plays out of the rough here. Cool. All right, we've got 191 in, pins in the front. So it's 6 iron. This will probably be a little short. Oh, we are downhill. Turn over. Okay. See this? Is there like a keyboard shortcut somewhere? Oh, that's how you take them all again. Okay. Can I see the camera here now? Does it tell me what the sand penalty is? No. All right, 15 yards. I guess we'll play kind of, I don't know. Looks like it's breaking right to left. All right. That kicked a lot more than I would have thought out of sand. It almost kicked kind of, if you're in Ohio, most of our bunkers out here that are kind of like kitty litter. It kicked kind of like that. We've played a lot of public courses out here. Nice and hard. Go in. There it is. What is that for? 1, 2 in the sand, 3 up, 4. Is that bird? Nice. What is that? How do I see a scorecard? Where's that? Legend. Scorecard. Oh, it's 5. What was drive? Oh, because I had a punch out. That's right. It's a great 5. All right, 178 downhill. Water on the right. Let's just hit a 7-iron here. Now again, on the Sky Track, we were playing with the 7-iron. If anyone went back and watched, we were getting crazy low spin with this. I'll be interested to see. I haven't actually paid close attention to it on the range. That was a bad shot. Might play out okay. It was fat, so that should be low spin. Yeah, that makes sense there. Well, that's a bad test. All right, a little left to right. Maybe let's just move it a hair. $40 feet. Okay, that's a better putter. It's just gonna go straight at it here. Oh, 421 feet. It's okay. So with my putter, I like straight back and straight forward. So it's actually a face balance putter. It took me a while to find this. There's a TaylorMade putter. It's a double wide. I actually really like it. I had a Scotty. I've had Scotties. Scotty doesn't believe in the straight back, straight forward. He believes in the arc. Could never really get on fire with him. Was never really making putts till I bought that last year. All right, so this worries me with the water out here on the right. I think I'm just going to lay it up out here. 4-iron. This should give me a little fade. Again, on the SkyTrack, my 4-iron like to fade. So let's see what we can do here. Same thing. Okay. Good numbers. Similar. Did that not pick up? In to out was perfectly square. Maybe that's why. A little push right. I'm learning so much more information with the GC3 than the SkyTrack by having that club data, especially getting that driver working it in to out. I could have swore I was coming, you know, in to out, and I just couldn't figure out why it kept going right, why it kept going right. When you throw that sticker on there and then you see the numbers and you realize you're coming out to in, it really helps you understand your swing and get you back on game. So that club data is super helpful. It's worth upgrading 100%. We've got the Max coming that's going to have it, so I don't know if it's worth paying to have it on 2 devices. So we'll see. But it is. If you have the SkyTrack and you're considering the GC3, make sure you include the club data in there, or else you might as well just stay with the SkyTrack. All right, so we've got 152 yards in. We can go a little long here. Oh, everything is fat today. That was good distance. All right, let's try it out of the bunker again. I guess it's not a bad thing. Figure this software out. All right, 18 yards. Oh, it definitely killed it there. That played like super soft sand. Not that hard pan stuff. Am I on the green? How do I know? I don't think I am. Does it tell me anywhere? No, I don't think I'm on the green. Oh, what a terrible chip. That worked out. So on the SkyTrack and GS Pro, again, we haven't connected this to GS Pro yet. That would have been crazy short. I don't know if that's this, if it's GS Pro, if it's the SkyTrack. The chipping seems different. Farther on here than on GS Pro on the SkyTrack. Again, I don't know if that's GS Pro. I don't know if that's the SkyTrack. We'll get GS Pro connected up to the SkyTrack, or GS Pro connected up to the GC3. We've got to get our license switched over. I did email them. They emailed me back pretty quick. So if anyone has that, it's a simple tool that they have just to convert the license. Didn't seem like it was going to be that big of an issue. Haven't done it yet, though. That's just me trying to come from the inside. Got to work on it. But it's still out to in. See, that's crazy. I could have swore I'm coming in to out, but I'm still coming out to in. That club data is huge. This is where I wish I could jump up and see the flag. I think it was, again, if you know, in GS Pro it was J, where you can kind of jump up, look at the pin, see where it's at. I don't know, is it this? Zooms in, zooms out. I don't know if there is like keyboard shortcuts with this, or if you just kind of have to use this mini map, which isn't terrible. It's 88 yards to the front. I'm in the rough. Probably want to hit it at least 90. I got room behind me. I'm gonna hit a wedge coming out of the rough. It shouldn't hold it up too much. Just a little short. Well, we're getting a real lesson out of the bunkers today. All right, well, it's good numbers on that shot. How far do I have? 15 yards. Okay. That seemed like a hard bunker again. All right, we got water up here on the left. You know, here's one thing I wish: the water would just be like blue, almost like this sky, just so it kind of jumps out at you, especially when you have people over. I kind of know what I'm looking for here. I've just played on a ton of simulators with GS Pro and 2GC and the Sky Track, and you know, some people just go, they think this is rough over here on the left, but if it was blue, and again, I don't know, you know, we can do the sky. Is it blue water? I mean, it's blue water. I don't know why they make it so dark green. I guess it is kind of green there. Whatever. GS Pro does the same thing. What are you going to do? Just kind of lay it out there. I need to remember, so just for club tracking data, I need to probably start changing my clubs. Like I hit an iron there, it showed a driver. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect shot shape or any of that stuff as far as I understand. But I'm assuming afterwards, hopefully maybe I'll be able to see my club data. And it'd be kind of nice to look at, you know, club data for the round. Be interesting. Again, I can't see this green. That'd be nice. All right, looks like pins up front. We've got 171, 164 to the front. Definitely don't want to go left here. You know, let's just hit a light 7-iron. Should probably go past the pin a little bit, but I haven't hit my irons good today, so let's play the chunk. No, that felt good. All right, so there's a 7-iron. Now that we've got it, the spin is low. I mean, that's 53 with the 7-iron. I'd like to see that probably at least around 6,000. My descent angle's fine. I mean, it's 46, so I mean that's going to count for some of that spin just because I hit it so high. Peak height 34. I mean, that's on the higher side, but I hit the ball high, so that doesn't really bother me. All right, so we got a downhill putt, left to right. I wish there was a way to aim on this screen just so I could click over. Instead of, like, I don't know where I'm aimed at there. I'll have to find out on that. I thought I saw a video where some guy was like, you just putt at the flag. Versus SkyTrack, you had to have straight putting turned on because putting on it was just pretty bad and it would pick up left and rights all the time. So you go into the settings and turn on straight putting. They knew that it was a setting that you could turn on, which was great. This is a much more advanced unit, so I would imagine that maybe we can just putt at where we're going and it'll pick it up. I mean, it is picking up my into outs pretty good. So, I mean, let's maybe try that. You know what, let's go far left. And then we'll putt at the flag. So straight putting obviously would be right here. That may be a little extreme, so we'll move it over a little bit, but let's putt over there just to kind of see kind of, let's go, oops, too far. Let's maybe try something like that where, you know, a straight putt would be right here. And so on the SkyTrack, you're always putting right here. So if you think the break's going to take that to the hole, then you would just move it here and then you play the break first. Here, you know, it is going to go left to right. So maybe I'll see if I can play it like right here, but let's see how that works out. Again, score doesn't really matter here. We're just kind of figuring out the program. How far do I have? 25 feet. Okay. So maybe that guy was right. So it should show a huge in to out, right? 2 to 3 in to out. But again, I wasn't putting straight. I was putting over. Nice. All right. So you putt at the flag. You don't have to move and line it up like you do with the SkyTrack. I wonder if that's going to be the same on GS Pro. We'll have to do a video on that. Yeah, so if you're still watching this, hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be doing a video on the Max when it comes out. We'll also kind of run through this and the GS Pro and how it compares with the SkyTrack 2. We'll do an initial walkthrough. So you help us out if you do that. Appreciate it. All right, we should be okay here with the driver unless we really screw this up. All right, let's make sure we kind of push this. Feel like we're pushing it to the right instead of straight. Still got to work on it. It's all right, it's early on in the season. Still out to in. All right, this is a par 5. Let's go ahead and just lay ourselves up right in here. This is going to sound weird, and I'll do some club data and measurements once the Max comes, but my 4 right now is fading 200 yards, and my 5 right now is drawing 200 yards. So let's see how that goes. I'd like to see the numbers on it, and then we'll throw it on the machine over there and bend them if we need to. Now again, this is out of the rough, so it may not go 200. We'll see how it penalizes us. That was in the inside heel. That's bad. But it did still penalize us. I expected that to carry 175. Even with the big bad hit. And irons just don't have it today. Driver doesn't have it today. Just Trying to figure this whole thing out. All right, 118 to the pin. That should be an easy shot. Pushed it just a hair. Am I off the green? Yeah, it looks like I am. So again, we don't have to aim, I'm assuming we don't have to aim left or right here. If I want it to go right, I'm just going to hit it over there to the right. I'm assuming that just messes with the club data. I'm assuming club data is only straight through, because if I hit it to the right, it's going to assume that I had a different shot, even though that's where, I don't know. Go in. Okay. So club data, I guess, doesn't matter when you're aiming left and right unless you hit it straight. All right, so this, I just want to go a little left to right here, 8 feet. It didn't pick it up. Did not read the ball there. I don't know if it was still blinking or... That's got to be picking something up on that face. All right, 163 to the pin, uphill, 11, so I imagine it should play 166, 167. It's at the 7-iron. This may be a little long, but it looks safe back there. And again, I haven't been hitting the irons good, so. Oh, that's water back there. See, when you just look at it, that's what I was talking about earlier. They need to just make that blue. Draw a line around it. GS Pro draws the line around it, you know? Hazard. Especially since you can't go up there and look. What do we have here? I can't read that either. I wish you could change that color. All right, 8, I guess it says up there. 17. How far to the 11? Just get it up and down. Get there. Run down. Distance, carry, 5. Yeah, so I still got a putt. All right, downhill, heavy left to right. Once again, we're not aiming at it. We're going to aim a little bit to the right. Okay. So it should say in to out. I'm assuming with the club data, out to in. I mean, that seems very weird to be out to in and the ball to come off like that with a putter. All right, we should be safe here with the driver. It is nice not having a line or a dot there. I mean, you get used to it, and it is weird hitting without a dot there, but it is nice you've got that variance now. You don't have to worry about it with the Sky Track like you do with the Sky Track. Oh, that's so heely. Sit. Oh, I'm just giving myself shots left and right here, aren't I? That's better. Let's just get it out here. 100 yards out of the rough. What do you have here? So, here's one nice thing about GS Pro for those of you that don't have it. GS Pro will penalize you if you're in the sand, it will penalize you if you're in the rough, heavy rough, light rough. And the way it penalizes you is like real life based off the launch angle. So if you're using a wedge, it won't penalize you as much versus, if you're in the heavy rough versus using a wood. But what I really like about GS Pro is the fact that it will show you how far it would have gone, like how far the launch monitor read it. And then it'll also show you how much it penalized you and how much it actually went in the game. So even if you do hit it in the rough, you can still practice and you can take a shot out and go, okay, that was a good shot. It went my normal distance, but the game just penalized me and it came up short versus hitting it and going, well, was that a good hit? Was that a bad hit? What did I really do there? And I don't think it's, well, the launch monitor, okay, so there's a difference. The launch monitor will show you the numbers that you actually hit it. So that says 89.7 was my carry. And up here it says 76. 82.3 was my speed. Angle of attack, 3.77, 3.8. Okay, so that's really neat. So you can look on here for your actual numbers and here for your actual gameplay numbers. So there's your carry. Does it give you total on here? Speed, efficiency, angle, path, speed, launch, push, backspin, carry, efficiency, speed. So what is that saying? Okay, so the first number is carry, speed, launch angle, side spin. So it's ball data. Is it then club data? I only have 2, but there's 3 on here. Why does it say 3? Can I? Oh, that says, oh, it's ready. Okay, so you've got ball data, club data. Okay, so there's 3 dots on there. It says ball, but the third dot, the first dot, is just saying, hey, move it to the ball in the air. Then it does club data and ball data. That's cool. I don't even know what I did there. What happened? Where are we? there a replay? Oh, that's right. I drove it over here and then I just punched it out. Okay. Okay. Back to what we're doing here. All right, we've got 50 yards in. Again, these half shots I hate. Maybe we can figure out why once we get some time in with the club data. So everything matches up the same there. Again, we were in the fairway, so no penalties. All right, that's really cool then. So you can look here for, on the screen, you can see the actual data that the simulator is reading versus on the screen is the actual data that the game is reading. So those numbers look good. And then, so it was into out, yes, or out to in. And I did push it right, but that is strictly because I wanted it to go right a little bit. Par 5. Jeez, this is a long course. 227. Let's just get it out there. So nice fairway wood. This is my fairway finder, I call it. It's a TSI 3, 18 degrees. I've got it turned down, I think. Or I've got this straight at standard. So this is basically just like a 2 hybrid. It's great for just throwing it out there, especially if there's heavy winds. I am looking at subbing the TaylorMade 3 wood that I have for that Titleist, the mini driver, they call it. All right, so that, I don't know if that's cart path, if that's water. I guess I can do a flyby, because what is that up there? That is water, okay. Okay, so this is all water, so I'd rather go right. So we're gonna hit the 4-iron, because again, that's going 200 and it's fading. Let's lay it up again. Oh, fat. Sit down. I think I'm just, you guys can probably see it. I think I'm swaying. All right, 23 yards in, no, 83 yards in. Flyer chance. Okay, let's see what the first cut does. All right, so what did the first cut do? So this says 84.9, so 85. And this carried 69. So 85 was the number I had because that was to the pin. But that first cut killed it by about 15 yards. Interesting. Does it do anything with spin? So spin was 10,049, 10,049. What else is different? Ball speed, 74, launch angle, 32.6. 2.6 right, 84.9, 713 left. Spin we know, 732 was the club speed, yeah. 5.86 was my path, 5.9, 101 was my efficiency, and 3.7 was my angle of attack, 3.07. Okay, so the only thing different between this unit, numbers on here, and the numbers on here is my carry. So again, I'm just assuming that this is pulling real data and this is pulling game data. It would make sense. Everything else is correct. So it doesn't look like it's killing my backspin. Looks like this game is only penalizing you on distance. Spin and everything else should be there. All right, I'm on the green. Which one is the hole? Which one's me? There's a tree. I think that's me. Yeah, it's got to be me. All right, 21 feet. Maybe a little left to right. Oh yeah, okay, let's make sure this reads it first. Okay, so we're good. Green dot. So that's not within 6 feet. Eight feet. Okay, let's just go straight at it. So that was a dead straight. What did I do there? There's no way. So it's picking up something weird on this putter, which I don't know if you guys can see. All we've got is the dot on there, but it does have that white face. You know, it's focusing right here. So I don't know if you guys can see that. We do have the dot, but you know, let's go ahead and focus this. Right there. All right, we are good for the driver here. All right. Oh, Jesus. I'm really trying to come from the inside. Let's see. Well, I was to the inside. Really trying to get that ball on the inside. All right, let's get this. How far? 264? Maybe. I doubt it. That looks like water up there. All right, it's out there. You should get a bogey on this hole just for the way that drive was. 79 yards. All right, we're on the rough, so let's see what this does. That took off a lot more than I thought. That should have been about 90. What does the simulator say? Oh, 71.4. 62. That was 20 yards off. That was the right club there. Should have been 90. All right, 46 feet. Foot uphill. Should just use a driver here. That still didn't make it there. So in to out seems crazy. All right, let's look at this. Just short. So I pushed that a hair to the right. Okay, that makes sense. So in to out seems to be all over the place, but we'll see how that works on the max. All right. Well, I don't even know what I got there. What was that? 6, Jesus. All right, 182 to the pin. It's a 7-iron here. Definitely can't go left or short. That felt good, but it's left. Sat, nice. All right, 20 yards. Chipping I got to figure out. That felt short, but the other ones felt short and went long. See, that one felt shorter too. Maybe it's that rough penalty. 3 yards, 4 yards. Oh. Hit it. Jeez. Well, the putting ain't easy. Yeah, the path seems weird on the putting, but the launch seems correct. So all right, well, let's just go back to the normal driver. It's not working right now. Oh, I mean, it played, but you were just not hitting the driver good today. 230 yards. Hit it off the heel. Surprised I didn't break the club. Yeah. we've got 144 in. Out of the rough. That felt good. All right, so what did I hit here? 142, 124. Took off about 20%, maybe 15, 18. All right, 20 feet. Hit it. I don't know how much I trust this. We'll see. We did get the putting on the max, so I imagine it will be a lot more accurate. So, haven't proven it yet, but my driver is usually a carry of about 290. Now it's colder out, so I imagine I'd be getting, 5-10% less. So maybe 270, 265, but can't draw it. Fading it, spinning it. I don't think there's any wind. No. It's just high and spinny and right. 3,000 on the spin, the numbers. It's my club data. 3,000, look at that. Hit it right on the nose. All right. Pins in the front, I can go a little long here. I'm in the rough, so I imagine add 10%. Let's try a 6-iron here. That was low. Let's see what it took off. $184 here, 20. So that took off 12%. All right. 13. See, that felt soft sand. So I went 10, this went 13. That just put me, 9 feet from the pin? 8.9. So the sand killed it. 5 carry, 13 carry. So it almost cut it in half. A little left. What am I doing here? Come on. Give me a putt. let's just get this out here. Oh, that's so inside. That's got to be 3,700 on the backspin. 41. Ugh. Out to in. I gotta work on that. All right, so that sand killed it last time. So let's just see what it does here. So we got 160. Oh, here's some numbers. Okay, so here's a TGC cheat sheet. Anything over 40 yards was a 7% killer. So this is 160. So I'd have to hit it 171 in TGC. Let's hit it. Well, that's about perfect. Let's see what this 7-iron does. Yeah, I'm not really worried about my score right now. Little bladey. 174. 169. Oh, it's total. 64. And this says 74. So it didn't take off much for a fairway bunker. Okay. How far do I got? 14 yards. About 9 feet to the pin still. Jesus. I gotta make a putt today. Nine feet, 8 inches. Looking for the ball. Picking this up as a ball. Oh, it is kind of seeing that as a ball. Interesting. It popped up real quick on there. 2 balls on the screen. Again, that's probably, well, it might be, that might be right there, but the side angle is definitely correct. I did go left on that. All right, 153. I got room behind me. You know what? Normally it'd be a 9, but I'm gonna hit an 8 here because it's cold out. These clubs aren't going this far. Just take a little off of it. That felt great. That felt good. What was my apex there? Be curious. 38, no. Peak height 34. It's not bad. Got a long ass putt here. It's almost like on the longer ones, it might be worth moving it. It's just if it's a little left and a little right, it doesn't matter. Like these putts, inside 10 feet. Give me one. There's no way that was 18 from the outside. That was probably correct though. You know something, again, and I don't know if it was me or what, never really hit 3-woods, but I could never hit this 3-wood, and again, I couldn't hit it earlier, but that was just a bad hit, on the Sky Track. And I don't know if it was because, I don't know if you can see, it's a TaylorMade, it's got the white glossiness around it, and I don't know, again, for those of you that don't have the Sky Track, or maybe that have it, know that you've got to wear dark shoes. Example why I've got these black golf shoes on. You can't have anything white behind you. Anything white, it has a hard time reading the ball, differentiating between the ball and the white part. I heard none of that stuff with the GC3, and it's got 3 cameras, so I'd be curious to see if I can hit it or if it's just me. Not terrible. It's out to in too. All my woods, anything in front of my stance. Maybe I'll just play a fade this year, who knows. All right, 64 yards to the pin. It's a half shot. I hate half shots. Half shots are working on this. Half shots never worked on the Sky Track, or they weren't accurate, and so I always have to feel like I crushed it, or else it went nowhere. These are it's working. I mean, again, I added extra to it because let's use this club. I hate them because they usually end up short, go nowhere. 27. Going. I would normally not do that with this club. So that was blinking, actually. I saw that in my head and didn't pay attention to it. Now it's good. Huh. Give me. All right, last hole. All right, let's just grip and rip it. Who cares? I knew I should have looked. Whatever. Score doesn't really matter. All right, actually, kind of a good thing. Let's test this bunker thing out again. So last time when I was out, it took 10 yards off. So we've got 164 in. So that's going to be an 8-iron. That's been going about 155. So we're going to hit 7-iron, which is about 170. So if that takes 10 off, that should put us almost right on the pin. That felt great. Let's see what the spin numbers are. That was a good 7-iron. 56, so that's low. We may need to add some loft to this to get that number up a little bit. So that carried 163 in the game and 175 on the simulator. So again, about 10 yards for those fairway bunkers. Let's make sure it picks up this ball. Okay. Give me one today. It's not going to happen. All right, plus 14. I guess from the blue, 6,800 yards. It's a long course. I wish it would circle and square a scorecard, but definitely ain't printing that. All right, so again, for anyone still here, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for walking through this with me. A couple things that we have learned here. Sand, bunker shots, obviously, we've kind of played that on that last hole. It seems like any of those longer ones, it seems to take off about 10. Those closer ones, almost about half. And I imagine it's just some algorithm in there. Bunker shots, 10, or rough is 10 to 12%. But other than that, great. Couple things to note. Again, it's nice to know that the simulator on the screen will show you the actual numbers that you are hitting them, versus the numbers on the screen are actually going to show your gameplay numbers. So, for example, if you're hitting it out of the rough, if you're hitting it out of the bunker, the simulator will actually show you what it would have gone, level ground, out of the fairway, versus the game is going to penalize you, and you can see those numbers. So at least if you hit it, you can go, that was a great shot. Why didn't it go anywhere? Well, the game just penalized you more than you thought, and you can confirm that by looking at the launch monitor and knowing, hey, I tried to hit it 175 yards. It went 175 yards here, but it only went 150 on the game. That's just game penalizing you. That's pretty cool to know. Also, if you're looking at going from a SkyTrack to a GC3, do it, but make sure you get the club data. That club data is just huge. I've only had it. This is day number 2 again. This is our first walkthrough with it. Looking at those numbers, do your homework, do your research, find out what those numbers mean, so that way when you're playing, you can understand it and learn and just kind of perfect your game a little bit. We'll get with the max. Again, the max has even more data. We'll be able to see where we're hitting it on the club face, which is great. You know, something, if you have this, you can always use that baby powder to see impact location. But again, this will be one of the tests. So again, if you're still with us, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. But we will be doing one of those tests to see how much different the ball data looks when you actually spray your face down with that. Are you getting less spin? Are you getting more spin? Is the distance going farther? Is it going less? Or your side spin going less? So is it something that you can use to only look at impact location and nothing else matters? Or can you look at everything as a whole? So we'll be doing a ton of those tests once we get the max. We definitely we'll be looking at the new Titleist, the AVX balls. We've been a huge fan of the left dash. We do have a higher swing, or I do have a higher swing speed, so we like those because of the higher compression. But just with all the complaints around the AVX in the past about super low spin around the green, we've kind of stayed away from them, but it's completely redone this year. So we're going to definitely be taking a look at the AVXs. I think that may be our ball this year, just off what I've seen so far. And we'll compare that to the left dash. We do also have some of the left dots. We're able to pick some of them up. I actually haven't even hit them yet because I'm afraid if I like them too much, you can't buy them anywhere. But we'll put some numbers on there. We'll get those on screen, kind of see what they do. I think you can still find them floating around on eBay, but some people are just charging a crazy amount for them. And then we'll compare it to the regular Pro V1 and the Pro V1X. We do have some videos coming comparing it with this SkyTrack. Initially, just night and day. It's a huge difference, especially if you've watched that whole video through, on those half shots on the SkyTrack, I just never felt comfortable with them because every time I hit them, it would go 10 yards. But if I got in a groove and was getting them, I could get up 50 yards. Here, I've been swinging a little harder, so I'm going to kind of slow down and try and trust this system a little bit more just because it seems like it's a lot more accurate than what the SkyTrack's giving me. So again, thanks again for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button down below so you can see our upcoming videos, and we got a lot of new content coming. So have a great day, guys.